From Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky, you're watching the SEC on ESPN. And two teams going in opposite directions. Georgia trying to get right. The Dogs have lost 5 out of 6. Meanwhile, Kentucky has found its footing. Cats winners of 8 of their last 10. And despite the loss at Florida this weekend, Cats right in the thick of things. 1 game out of second place. John Calipari's Razorbacks sitting there at 9-3. Remember, top 4 get a double bye in the SEC tournament. Lead the country in fast break points. And talking to Mike White at shoot-around today, is there any reluctance to run in Rupp? He said, absolutely not. We're going to push it all night. Moreno, high percentage look, throws it down.
And you see how quickly Owe gets to the rim in the corner. He's so good at getting to the rim. Look at that, one dribble, gets to the lane, and then gets the rim protection to come help a
player. Find your teammate, whether that be for a dunk or for the 3. Colin Chandler with the shake. Here's Owe in the corner. And found every bit of the rim before falling. He's only a 33% three-point shooter. Oklahoma, first ever visit to Lloyd Noble. Lost that one 94-78. They shot 71% in the first half. They were on fire, just like the popcorn machine. Here's Aberdeen with the floater.
Transfer to Kentucky to be the starting point guard, but that's what's happened due to injury, and he has settled in nicely, showing you a nice little floater game right here, getting the Cats off to a good.
And he drops it in. Yeah, Mike White had 16 points and 6 assists. Valentine's Day at 98 in this building. That was an Ole Miss win. It was also the last loss of the season for Mark Pope's Cats. There's Chandler from straightaway 3. Kentucky would go on to win their final 13 games in a national title.
See Colin Chandler, as a defender, you think, okay, this screen's high enough, I can go under that. But Garrison does a nice job rolling to where it allows the defender to get held up.
So on the other side.
That's a really big shot by Wilkins. Owe misses the bunny on one end. And he goes right back at the rim. Golly, is he explosive.
It's 5 for Otega Owe. Georgia hanging around, 1 possession game.
Georgia wants to play fast, and Kentucky's okay with that too. You see how quickly they got the ball out of the net. They want to push tempo as well.
Owe straight away. Got it. Guarded by the freshman who took advantage.
Owe is playing with so much confidence right now. Starting to look like the SEC preseason player of the year. Just takes his man to the rack, finishes with the left, and as soon as you say, hey, I got to stop him from getting to the rim, he stops on a dime, shows you that pull-up jumper.
Jasper Johnson wants to push. Johnson getting some extended minutes here tonight. Runs into a shot blocker and finds Noah in the corner. Back to Johnson, floater. Got it.
I like the way he's playing in the first half. Based on what we saw at shoot-around, Mark Pope preached, make that extra pass, get in the paint, use your pivot work.
First field goal for Blue Cane tonight. Aberdeen dumps it off. Yelovich a jam.
She realized real quick she needed to get out of this business, get into coaching.
I've driven a lot of good people back to coaching, Dave. You coaching 8th graders. Chandler, another 3 for Captain Clutch, Colin Chandler. Have a scooter today at shoot-around. He was wearing tennis shoes instead of a boot, so there's a chance he comes back, but it's a much different team for Kentucky than what they thought they were going to have at the beginning of the season. They knew they'd have that man and double zeros back at it again.
This Kentucky team is in rhythm. You talked about the injuries and that adversity. These roles get defined to where there was no turning back. Everybody knew who the offense was going to go through. Double zero right there. Chandler has gotten into his role. And well, the way that season ended, a lot of people thought, oh man, that kid can't be one of the top picks in the draft. Well, yes, he is, and what a performance he's having at the next level.
Owe blows right by everybody and reverses it in. He's into double figures already.
And they bring the help over, and he just steps through and makes an athletic play. Owe, 11 points in 10 minutes, just attack mode, just able to split everybody, get to the other side of the rim. He has great vision, can anticipate where that help is coming from.
Georgia playing very physical on the defensive end. Surreal is all over Moreno. Aberdeen from 13 feet, good.
There you go. The paint points have been good to Kentucky. And remember, If you miss, you have a great chance at the offensive rebound going up against the league's worst defensive rebounding team.
Well, Seth asked for it, and for the most part, it's starters back on the floor for Kentucky. In fact, all 5. Millender. Yelovich goes right over the top of him and is able to finish inside. 6'11" sophomore from Zagreb, Croatia. Georgia adds to its lead, largest of the game.
I love that play call from Mike White. Catchings has been struggling, so they draw him up a play to get him an open look.
Owe answers with the 3 in transition.
And I know Aberdeen's open, but I'd still like to see Kentucky turn one down. I think this game can be won if they'll create some inside shots, which at worst will lead to some inside rebounds.
Colin Chandler says, Dane Bradshaw, shut your dirty mouth.
That's probably the 4th time this year I think Chandler's done that to me.
10 for 17 from 2. Away. Great. Drains it. He's got 18. They don't look like good shots, and then they go in.
The confidence he's playing with, because you give him a step off because you know what a driver he is. He's got a strange release at times, kind of has a little bit of a hitting for your first shot defense. The concern is, can you finish that possession? And so you've just got to try to man up and keep bigger guys off the glass.
Away, off the glass and in. Another 20-point game for Otega Owe, and that is the 3rd on campus.
Tom, I don't know if he'll win SEC Player of the Year, but here recently he's been playing like it. I mean, goodness gracious, this guy has been on a heater, beating you from 3, transition. He can go right, left, multiple guys guarding him.
As soon as he gave it up.
And Kentucky got lost defensively. Good penetration, and that's what happens. When you can penetrate, draw an extra defender, and then kick out.
Owe downhill, off the glass again, and he's fouled again. Surreal.
And the speed that he gets to the basket, I mean, he just goes, seeks the contact out, takes the bump. It's almost like he liked that rolled ankle.
Aberdeen goes baseline around James. Freshman can't knock it down. Garrison kept it alive. Another chance for Jasper Johnson. And he makes good on the mulligan. First 3 of the night. He's 4 for his last 7 from deep. What a pass by Wilkins. And Wilkinson, no. Tipped out to Owe. Mike White can't believe there wasn't a foul called. Here's Chandler. He is red hot from deep. 4 for 5 from 3, and we got a 1-point game.
Kentucky takes advantage of the missed layup, which there's really no transition defense for a missed layup. The court is just not balanced in your favor at all, and Kentucky makes them pay.
Meanwhile, Kentucky hasn't scored in approaching 3 minutes. Mike White told his team, Rupp will get quiet when we go on a run, and that is the case right now.
And that's just better offense. Good job by Catchings, just staying in front of Owe, forcing the mid-range pull-up.
Was February of 09, year 2 of the Billy Gillespie era. Kentucky has won 12 straight here in this building against the Bulldogs. Chandler stays high.
When you need a big one, he's your man. And holding that #1 ranking pretty well, huh? I mean, had that Purdue victory by 11, up 20 at one point.
They've now won 6 in a row by double digits. There's Denzel Aberdeen, first bucket of the second half.
But for Aberdeen, we talked about him needing to have a short memory as the night just was not going his way. But he has stuck with it, makes a big 3.
Nearly as many wins himself, one as a point guard at Ole Miss in '98, and then 2 with the Florida Gators as their head coach. Moreno lost Millender and gets it to roll home. Preston and Wilkinson finishes the drive.
Well, Kentucky started that possession end zone, threw Georgia off a little bit.
You just expect every one of his to go in now. 18 for Chandler on 6 threes. Kentucky led this game by 8 twice in the first half. Georgia stuck with it and went to work. That one's off the top of the backboard. Wilkinson said, I got hit in the face. How did I get a foul in there? I believe. There's a face rake.
Well, there was no foul on the.
At 4 minutes and 10 seconds, 00 White elbowed red 0 in the back of the head. That play would rise to a flagrant 1 foul. Red 0 will shoot 2 shots. Georgia will have the ball out of bounds.
So it wasn't the shot to the face on the field goal attempt. It was before that with an elbow to the back of the head. His 420-point game this season. Chandler with the steal. Here's Ortega all the way ahead of the pack. And the jam and a foul. Colin Chandler had the steal to start the comeback at Tennessee, and here he is again.
Talked about avoiding the live ball turnovers, and Kentucky with some good baseline out of bounds pressure. And you get in a track meet with Ortega Owe, you can forget about it. The worst thing you can do is send him at the line, getting that man move his feet, gets himself open.
Cats down 9. Aberdeen. Huge over Surreal. 5 of their last 6.
Got to find a way to get Owe the ball, especially if he can get going downhill.
Aberdeen step through foul. And he's going to line for a pair.
Is all you want, but there's nothing like the real thing. And Kentucky on this next defensive possession is going to have the best crowd noise they could ever imagine.
Left it short. And the rebound's kicked out of bounds by Georgia. Millender and Surreal both went after it. Neither could secure it. For 3. Only his second miss from deep tonight, but another offensive rebound. Down 5. Aberdeen gets it right back. Hesitated, left it short, and a foul charge to Wilkinson. Denzel Aberdeen going to the line for 3 with 2:13 to play. Kentucky has come back this season against St. John's, Mississippi State, Tennessee twice, and LSU. With 9:20 to play, the Cats trailed by 12. Aberdeen's got another one coming. We've got a 1-possession game at Rupp Arena. Kane strong to the hoop, rejected by Garrison.
Great rim protection there by Garrison as Kane knifed through.
Ketchings doesn't know where to go with it. Picked up by Owe. 3 on the shot clock. Millender's got to get it up. Step back threes and air ball. And Kentucky gets the stop.
And they denied Millender the ball. As soon as it came in, Aberdeen.
Into the backcourt for Ortega Owe. Owe trying to get to the rim, lost it off of his leg and out of bounds to Georgia.
Scott sped up there and a little bit out of control.
By the way, on Diabate, the deficit is 5. Home crowd wants him to hurry. Aberdeen, no good. Rebound to Georgia. Owe tried to fight for it, lost it out of bounds.
And Millender did a terrific job there.
Cats haven't made a field goal in 2.5 minutes. Kentucky came into this game having won 8 of its last 10. Georgia had lost 5 out of 6. Short. Garrison the rebound. Cats trail by 6. Here's Aberdeen. They slack off of him, nearly walked with it. Chandler from deep. And Blue Kane with the rebound. Georgia is going to leave Lexington with its 5th win ever in this building. Noah couldn't foul Millender. They finally get to him with 6.3.
But I thought they did a good job, despite giving up 78 points, of figuring out a way to have, you know what, it's tough for us to defend your bigger lineup at times, but you got to defend our quick guards as well.
Aberdeen last gasp over the backboard, and Georgia will leave Lexington with a W. First win in this building since 2009 for the Bulldogs, just their 5th win all time. 162nd meeting between Georgia and Kentucky goes to the Bulldogs. Kentucky will try to have to regroup in front of a hostile crowd at Auburn on Saturday night on ESPN. Blue Cane gave the Dogs 20. Wilkinson returns with 19. And the Bulldogs get an 8-point win. That'll do it from here in Rupp. For Dane Bradshaw, fantastic crew, I'm Tom Hart. Time now for SportsCenter. Here's SVP.